Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me to look into some more MTG markets and see what's been happening for the last week and a bit. Let's get right to it. So, firstly, we'll start with Pioneer. Now, I'm going to go pretty much straight to the dual lands once I'm finished with this because I think there's actually some interesting stuff happening. But starting with Pioneer, Smothering Tides has dropped down by 6%. Now, this could be a beginning of Smothering Tides dropping a bit more because I actually feel like it has to have a printing at some point in the future. It might have some reason to drop. I have not seen the Baldur's Gate spoilers, but I'm assuming that there is going to be some fancy stuff coming out in the new Commander decks. But since there's so many of them, I can only expect that there's always going to be something fancy coming out. Twilight Prophet, another 7% drop for $26. Quite impressive. Both of them are good cards. In fact, Anointed Procession on this list as well, 3% drop, nothing crazy. Days Undoing, a 9% drop, $16.50. Emrakul, 4% drop, $54. And Polyraptor, 8% drop, and I said at $18.12. That's actually some pretty impressive drops. You got some strange movement, Reckless Rage, moving up by 215% to $2.23, possibly for dinosaurs or something with Enrage triggers. Mausoleum Wanderer, Spirit Tribal, maybe 31% gain to Nasted at $6.35, 5% gain for Archangel of Thune. Archangel of Tides, another 7% gain. Oh my god, I should really keep an eye on this one. I only have one copy, but $20, pretty impressive. Chisella, 4% gain to Nasted at $27, pretty much very heavily influencing based on the fact that there's so much Angel support right now. Moving over to Modern. Doubling Season, 4% gain, $92.86. That card is going to be $100 soon. Minamo, School at Water's Edge, 7% gain, and I stood at $30.99. You got Tarmogoyf going back up, 3% gain, and I stood at $47. Not a surprise, it did drop quite heavily. 11% gain for Emery, the Sky Ruin. Besieger, who shelters all, 3% gain, and I stood at $41. Yeah, overall nothing too crazy on that side. Liliana of the Veil, $85.50, a 4% drop. Counterbalance is the next big drop, 11% drop, $20.28. And Steam Vents, 11% drop for $33.87. Both of the Lilianas on here as well. And Sword of Fire and Ice, 5% drop, and I said it's $65.67. Now, the big thing is what is happening with the revised dual lands. So we are seeing two different markets. Cards like Volcanic Island, they seem to be flatlining most of the time. Badlands, flatlining. Bayou, dropping down slowly. Plateau, flatlining. Savannah, flatlining. Taiga, dropping down. I mean, you can see it has been dropping down pretty aggressively, but it's mostly flatlining as far as seeing in the graph like this, where it's dropping by a couple of dollars every couple of weeks, but that's about it. Tropical Island actually dropping quite fast, especially after its big peak. And Tundra. Now here is the one that I want to see and what is going on with it, because this actually is moving up. This is accurate data. It has been moving up for the last couple of weeks. Now there could be a couple of reasons. It's blue and white. Now we had some support for artifacts and blue and white. Blue and white is also a very difficult color combination to get good lands for. So there's more support for that, similar to blue and red. But it is unusual why this one is moving up when you can look at almost every single other one and they're either moving down or flatlining. And you can actually see that quite clearly in Underground Sea, where it is moving down and it has been flatlining for the last couple of months. Now, very, very calm market. I think one of the main things we can say right now is whatever the markets were thinking, it happened exactly like what they were thinking. This is a very calm market. This is more aggressive. Back in 2018 to 2019 was more aggressive than what happened from 2020, May of 2021 to May of 2022. So that 1 year, it's very calm, the market exactly predicted a slowdown and seems to be selling off into it, but at a rate that's being picked up by other people as well. So people are trading into this market. $8.80. Yeah, look at this. Very calm. Actually, that looks a bit more aggressive, doesn't it? But overall, what happened before 31st of June, 31st of January, and then what's happening now is very different. It was calm for a very, very long time. And I actually think what's happening right now is mostly based on interest rates anyways. So you can get lightly played for 880, near mint for 881. This is still on the high end actually. You've got only 7 listings left. I would probably keep an eye on this to figure out what's going on. I'm expecting there to be some pretty good bargains. I still would stick with the strategy of buying one, maybe every 2 months. I think I'm going to wait until next month to dip my toes back in. And I'm looking at I think, what was it, Tiger? Let's have a look at what the Tigers are going for. Hopefully less than 300 because, nope, moderately played 340. Yeah, oh well. I would probably say 9 listings only. So they are being picked up. I'd probably say that you have a chance to continue picking these up. There is a chance that, people might pick them up at moderately played for 348. If I was going to get one, I'd probably get a lightly played for 396 and a moderately played near mid for 495. No, that's too far. So I'd probably continue keeping an eye on this market. What I'm expecting is as interest rates continue going up, especially aggressively, it has to at some point cut into people's spending and get in the way of them purchasing other big, large items. And it's just going to cause issues down the line. Sorry, I had a bit of a yawn. So I'm not expecting this to last very long. As far as stability goes, I'm expecting there to be more of a drop as it goes on. And over time, I think in the next 6 or 7 months, there's going to be a huge amount of people that are going to be able to buy back in at a reasonable price. Probably not the 2020 lows, but something more reasonable than what they are or what they were just a couple months ago. Well, let's have a look at the market. So Bitcoin is one that I always keep an eye on when it comes to tradable collectibles. And the drop-off of Bitcoin is actually kind of tricky. If it doesn't pick up from this point and move up above a 34, I think it has to retest 33,000 at this point. If it doesn't go up above this white line and then retest this line, then it is going to be a tricky time for Bitcoin. And then the thing is, it's still got resistance on the other side. So, it has resistance at 54K or something. So there's a bit of an up. There is some potential here, but the only thing is, with interest rates rising, the value of most currencies around the world are now increasing in value. And when interest rates are zero, currency has no value, so everything has infinite value. But when interest rates go up to actually provide some savings rates and actually charge people for holding assets through credit, then you're going to have trouble paying for those. So people like Rudy, who can buy in cash, very, very different to people that are then taking out mortgages, loans, and car loans, and all the loans that you can think of. The people that are taking loans are going to get hurt in a rising interest rate market. And what is going to be scary is how many people were taking loans when things were going well in the last couple of months, and they're probably underwater now. So what are they going to have to sell to get out of a rising interest rate loan that they now have? So I'd be very careful about this. I would not buy anything on loan other than maybe a house, maybe a car, but you're going to have to need to use that car and get some value out of it. Otherwise, I'd just sit and wait to see what happens in the next couple of months. If you already have those two and food and all the other supplies that you normally want, you have the potential to wait for a couple months. So I don't see any reason to rush into this. So looking at the markets, we can see that most of the markets are or have had a huge drop-off in the last couple of weeks. And it all depends on what the Federal Reserve decides to do and what the rest of the countries around the world decide to do over the next couple of weeks. If they are not aggressive enough, then inflation is going to take off, which means they have to be more aggressive in the future. If they are really aggressive, then things are just going to continue dropping down as they are until they get to a point where it's a bit more stable. And we'll have to see when that is. Anyways, guys, bit of a rambling video, but thanks for watching and have a good one. See ya.